Hello, hello, and welcome to our coverage of the flight of SN9. I'm Derek Wise, and we have Kyle Montgomery out in the field getting footage and providing us our live feed of the launch vehicle. How is it out there?
Hello. It's a little windy, but that's about it.
A little windy. All right. Yeah. Lots of people excited for the launch.
Yeah, I'm near at least people watching.
So we don't have too much planned for today. We're going to provide coverage, provide updates as we see things are happening. And I mean, that's about it. Hopefully this will be pretty fun. Kyle, it looks
Hopefully,
like
hop
you
when equal today.
went hop today. It looks like your feed did just cut, Kyle.
Yeah, there's a good chance that's also from the buds because I'm wearing wireless earbuds and walking around right now because I have to set things up still.
I can't see your HDMI is what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about audio.
Nope, I can still
Okay,
hear
the
you just
camera's going
fine.
to sleep. That's what it was.
Ah. Yeah, so you are at Isla Blanca Park right now, is that correct?
I think it's pronounced Isla Blanca or something,
It
but yeah, that's
Isla
correct.
Blanca. Okay. Yeah, so let's see.
The wind is making it hard to keep this shot centered.
Yeah.
I also have to frame things based on the zoom view because whenever you plug an HDMI into Canon cameras, it decides you can't use the screen at the same time.
Yep, that is not fun. I've been dealing with that. So what? You're about 5 miles out?
I think I looked at the map and it was 4.9.
4.9. All right. I, for one, am excited to see this hop and fly and belly flop, and hopefully we'll get a proper landing this time.
It would be interesting though.
It would be interesting to have another SN8, but that's not what I'm going to be hoping for. All right.
The new camera. You wake up. Does it not want to wake up?
Yeah, so we will be getting a 10-kilometer flight today. There was a bit of discussion what actual height it would be at, whether it was 15 or 12 and a half, and based on SpaceX's website, they will be going for a 10-kilometer hop. I don't know if it's even right to call it a hop at this point. It's really a flight.
Okay. I turned off the thing that auto turns off, so it should stay on this time. And if not, I'll have to actually just plug the mini B cable into it and use US utility.
All right.
Which, actually, and I don't know if that's better or not.
So it looks like
Because I'm going
teams.
to be using US utility from.
Go right
US
ahead.
utility is going to be my wide camera, so like I don't want to have to switch back and forth that much.
Yep. So it looks like teams are in the crane about halfway up. I know we saw Michael Baylor tweeting about an hour ago that the teams were arming the flight termination system. So,
Yeah, so I don't die as it goes off course.
yes, that is a very important step safety wise. And before that, we saw SpaceX working on removing the straps from around the flaps up at the top. So those flaps, of course, allow Starship to do its belly flop maneuver as it's coming back down to Earth. So you got some great photos so far I've seen of Starship. What was it like being that close to it? It really looks like it is right there at the side of the road.
It very much is right there at the side of the road. You could literally throw things if you want to. Don't throw things at it, but you could.
Wow. That's it's amazing that we're able
Most of
to.
my time since I got here sleeping, so I haven't really had much time to get too many photos up though. So
Yeah, I mean, you got a nice 20-hour drive from one space event on the Space Coast to a space event in the middle of Texas, right? Southern point of Texas. So,
yeah,
all
at one
right.
point I actually went through Border Patrol. That's how close we are.
Wow.
Like it was just a random checkpoint for Border Patrol.
Yep. So I'm keeping an eye on Elon Musk's Twitter account as well as SpaceX's Twitter account so that we can keep everyone updated as any events take place.
If it wasn't Corona times, I would consider hopping over to Mexico for some food.
All right. So it's been the coolest part so far of being down there with the Starship. I know that there was a community cleanup planned yesterday in the morning, but lots of space people getting together.
Yeah, definitely. I've run into at least a few photographers, few just general space fans. Some people, the only other time I've ever seen them was about 1,500 miles away in Florida.
All right, so now I'm showing the screen, the stream, some of SpaceX's website as they're covering Starship because they updated with the info for the test today. And so still says as early as Thursday the 28th. I haven't heard. Actually, they were still waiting on FAA approval last night, and I haven't heard any new information about that yet.
At least they did start kicking people out of Boca Chica village. That's a good sign.
Yes, absolutely. So, of course, we'll see three Raptor engines, just like SN8. It'll reach approximately 10 kilometers in altitude. Then they'll switch over to the header tank for landing, and then they reorient for an aerodynamic entry, and they use all four flaps controlled by the computer to control its angle, and hopefully they will maintain the header tank pressure needed to reorient and get enough thrust to really stop right at that perfect point. This, hopefully, they'll
We
have
don't know yet. Also,
earned
I'm right
enough.
now.
Now, since then, we've also learned from Elon on Twitter about some future plans, such as catching Starship by the grid fins. So that'll be crazy to see once they actually get to it. But it's exciting to see the development of the first vehicle to take humans to Mars. And Raptor, of course, is a methane-based engine, which is something a bit new. So hopefully we'll be able to see some orbital flights of methane engines pretty soon. And it's also the first full flow stage combustion engine ever flown. Of course, the Dear Moon program in which Starship will fly around the moon is coming up. Looks like they're still saying around the moon in 2023. So it's crazy. SpaceX always has their fast timelines, but we'll see.
One interesting thing you could see over there when I was down at the facility is you could see the one. It's for Artemis, not for Dear Moon, but they had the one mock-up of their lander with the painted all white with the NASA worm on it,
Yes.
just chilling there.
Something I always find interesting is in the SpaceX they have the actual user guides for their customers for when they're flying customer payloads. And so the amount of information they provide in here, from the actual amount of sound that any payloads will experience at different frequencies, just to all the different forces, the exact size that they have to work with, the different weights and deployments that they can do based on the mass of your payload. They really provide a ton of information. Even if you're not a customer, it's really interesting to look through and read about what the vehicle actually goes through. This is one of the few places where we really get concrete numbers from them as they're developing this prototype.
Or what happens if I touch up my appearance on Zoom on for the rocket?
A lot of softening, I would assume. A lot of softening.
I just turned it on. Actually, just changes the lighting.
Hmm. Hello to the few of you watching. Feel free to hop in the chat, ask any questions, whether it's about Starship, whether it's about the coverage we have here on the Space Coast. Feel free to ask any questions, and I'll do my best to answer.
Well, different Space Coast than normal.
Yeah.
Although we're
I,
split between both Space Coasts right now. We got it both covered.
yeah, I'm saying this Space Coast, referring to Cocoa Beach in Cape Canaveral area.
Yeah, we're covering two Space Coasts right now. Because I am literally right on the beach right now.
That's amazing. It's amazing how the most
I'm within 50 feet of the beach.
It's amazing how the most convenient places for safe launching of rockets are always on water, surrounded by a big open wildlife refuge. It's really cool that we are so privileged to get that.
Jetty. You know how many times I ended up at a jetty to photograph rocket stuff?
Oh
there's
yeah.
A jetty park here. There's this jet, or not here, Space Coast. And then there's a jetty here. And then when I was in Pensacola, there was also a jetty I was photographing come. So far, this jetty has the most convenient bathrooms, though. That's what I can say. Followed close second by the ones in Boca Chica. And then absolute last place is Pensacola, with probably a mile walk to the bathroom, if you can find ones that are open.
That's no fun. Yeah, having bathrooms on site is...
a few miles with like 20 pounds of gear.
Especially when covering stuff like this where we don't have any set times for anything yet. But of course, with crews being at the pad, we probably have a good bit of time before anything.
Yeah, my front seat is full of snacks. And currently my laptop is resting on a whole entire 40 pack of water bottles.
Now, Michael Baylor actually
Set up
tweeted.
so
Go right ahead.
I'm set up so almost all my gear can be put in my car relatively easily. So even if I want to go to the bathroom, the stream can still continue, and I can lock the car with all but one camera outside the car. So
Nice. So Michael Baylor tweeted something that is worth noting, and he said, to set expectations, there's probably a fair chance that Starship SN9 does not make it quite as far as SN8. It is always possible you don't catch everything on a single test flight. And nonetheless, the odds that SN9 sticks the landing are higher than SN8 given the improvements. So, of course, we saw with SN8, it wasn't able to maintain pressure in the header tank. It started burning engine rather than burning fuel. And so we got a brilliant we got a brilliant green flame before it hit the ground with too much momentum and erupted into a giant fireball. So it's always possible that happens again, but hopefully SpaceX has taken this, not hopefully, I'm sure SpaceX has taken the time to address any issues they found. They said they got all the data they needed with SN8. So they've addressed those issues as they're working towards the flight today. So hopefully we'll get a bit farther, and if this sticks the landing, it will be a sight to behold.
as long as it leaves the ground at all, I'll be very happy. A possible SpaceX oil rig Deimos. You could see it from a ridiculous amount of places here. Like I wasn't even trying to see it, and I kept seeing it.
Awesome. I mean, and that oil rig is it's like all but said to be owned by them because Elon was liking tweets referencing those specific oil rigs. So,
Yeah, probably like 99.5% chance it's theirs at this point. Unless
I,
Elon's trolling, there's also a good chance of that.
I'd say it's even more likely with the connections found between the company which purchased the rig and SpaceX executives. It's as well as the tweets last year coinciding with the actual sale of the rig. I think it's almost 100% theirs. Now, speaking of Elon trolling, we've of course.
For us the last little bit.
What was that?
I forget. I did something, but it was just a side comment.
All right. Speaking of Elon and trolling, we saw him messing with stock prices again as he was tweeting game stonks with a link to the Wall Street Bets subreddit, which of course decided to get a large number of their users to buy GameStop, which was a very low price per share, and it skyrocketed to hundreds of dollars per share. And now that's creating some impact. But Elon was actually in the Wall Street's Bets Discord for a bit of time at one point before that was shut down.
I wonder what the higher ups at GameStop were thinking during all that.
I have no clue. I'm sure.
They thought people just decided to like GameStop once for a little bit.
Oh, there's no way they thought that was the case. There's no way. But
I'm not saying like, I'm not saying once they actually did like even 200%. I'm saying like when they were just up that day, the first little bit of that like tiny bit, they were probably like, oh, we're doing good. Then they're probably like, wait a minute, what is happening?
Yeah.
This was not natural. No one likes GameStop that much.
No one likes GameStop that much now.
The last time I was into a GameStop was probably 2 years ago when I brought my Nintendo Switch at Black Friday.
Yeah. All right.
take off sometime within this year.
Can you hear the other people?
I don't know if it sent on the stream, but I did hear the person walk up to you and say, "Do you know what's happening with this launch today? If it's going sometime this year."
Oh, that person was like 20 feet away. I might need to adjust my game how I'm set up then. Which I'm wearing the earbuds because I thought that would be more inclusive, more like limiting with other people. But I probably should have set the mic if you could hear that far away anyway.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, that is the
Well, yeah, I don't think it's not that bad that we can hear other people, but like I was thinking I have to try to limit it by wearing the earbuds, but I might as well set the mic up if you can hear that far away anyway.
yeah.
We'll get better quality from the mic. All right,
Hey,
pull out the Blue Yeti.
it's getting a ton of people excited about spaceflight. I'm a little bit distracted by what's happening with the stock market right now, to be honest. I'm seeing tweets about that going on, and
My phone's just sitting on the glass in my car. I'm not even looking at it at all. You are my current access to the internet.
all right. So to the few of you watching, what are your thoughts on Starship? What do you think the odds of a success will be? Let me know in those comments. So we did see early in the morning today, GoQuest left Port Canaveral in support of Starlink in the upcoming Starlink mission this Saturday. Of course, the drone ship headed out earlier than that. We've got a few different missions coming up on the Space Coast with SpaceX. Yeah, and your signal's been very clear this whole time. No cutting out.
Hello. Can you hear me?
I can hear
Okay, I
you.
can hear you. I plugged in a microphone and decided to switch with all my defaults with what everything was going to.
I do think I have to add some noise reduction to your mic
I
now.
can hear you again.
You can hear me? Good.
Yeah. I literally took the audio option on Zoom and it just immediately switched to the correct audio devices. How does it right now? Because right now the mic is inside the car, actually. I had it on the roof a little bit ago, but now it's inside the car.
It's all right. I'm still getting a bit of noise, so I'm going to fade that. Hopefully,
I can move it farther
it's
in
not
the
too
car.
bad. No, you're good. It's just background, minor background stuff, and it's not happening on the stream.
Here, I'll switch to the suppression high. Oh, it wants me to download to switch to high on Zoom.
Oh, I already did that in the stream, so you're good.
Okay, so you want me to put it on low then, so that you can control it on your end instead of on my end?
Sure.
Yeah,
cool.
Right now it's sitting like basically in the backseat of my car, and I'm just like leaning into my car talking to it.
Yeah, and I'm getting a real clear connection and
Yeah, come
noise.
actual launch, I'll put all my car windows down, and that should be enough to let air in and air out, and so you can hear a good quality audio stream. Because
Nice.
right now, just my my passenger side door windows are down because I'm literally just leaning in and out of my car to get stuff. So I'm basically living out of my car. I left like 3 things in the hotel room.
So you did get a hotel room.
I should have requested a higher. My hotel room is 20 miles away. I should have requested a higher
Ah.
floor, so I could have still left the camera there.
That would be interesting, but
I'm literally on the first floor in a handicap room.
well, is that crane? Oh no, the crane's gone. They took down
Yeah. Oh yeah,
people.
that crane was a lot closer before.
Yeah, the crane was right up at the side with people working on it. So
I'm referring to Cranezilla. Are you referring to? Wait, no.
I'm referring to the smaller crane where people were actually working on the flight termination system.
The smaller crane is a boom lift.
The boom lift. All right. Yeah, is that? I guess is that lower? I think now. Oh, I think I see it moving. Actually, yeah.
With the wind, my camera angle is slowly sliding too. I'm behind in a row of another car, so I can't just lower my tripod all the way to the bottom and use the car as wind block, because then you would just be looking at the back of a Silverado.
Yeah, I do want to take note early in the stream that on this day, 35 years ago, it was the Challenger disaster.
Yeah, wait, no, go on about that actually.
I don't have too much to say. It's just important to take note of what the lives that were lost and what was learned from this, so we can prevent that from happening again, and really putting. I'm
first when you build human
rockets. Really putting safety first. Yeah, it's a.
When you're not putting people on a rocket, you can take risks like right now, like we're gonna see later today, hopefully.
Yeah.
You take risks on an unmanned vehicle. You don't take them. Yeah.
When you're uncrewed, you can take risks that you absolutely cannot allow to take place when you are running a crewed vehicle. Exactly. So, I don't have too much to say. Otherwise, noting the importance of this day. And of course, yesterday was anniversary of Apollo 1. So, it's a sad time in spaceflight history right now. This time of year.
Yeah, the crane definitely has moved.
Yeah.
The Cranezilla was right next to it this morning. Which actually, I'm feeding you an HDMI feed, not an actual, what's it called, feed, so I can give you shots of it earlier. When did it start moving? Oh, never mind, that's yesterday.
Previews of all the shots we're going to be seeing.
Yeah, see, it was a lot closer earlier.
Yep. Oh, yeah, and even the smaller crane, you can see it was closer.
Since we don't have much to do right now, I'll scroll through the other old shots then.
Oh, yeah, everyone on the stream, take a sneak peek at this. You'll be seeing this on Kyle's Twitter very soon.
I was shooting HDR, that's why these are all different exposures.
Oh, yeah. Got some beach shots of the rocket.
Yeah, I got a little wet for those shots.
Oh, yeah.
These are just my telephoto shots. I had a second camera I was shooting wide with.
Yeah. Looking good.
My car.
The Civic with the. I'm sure people are gonna love the Civic with the Starship shots.
The shots aren't actually great because that was the first spot I pulled over before I could realize I could actually go closer. Well,
Okay.
I 100% knew I could go closer, and like I don't think anywhere closer there was actually anywhere good to frame it.
Yeah, you've got a fence in the way and stuff. Ah, the Boca Chica Village sign. Ah, the recycled fins. Oh, wow. This is exciting. I'm hoping to head out there myself at some point, but
They got a bunch of chairs and everything set up there. Water tank apparently. Yeah, that you think that water tank's gonna fly?
I'm gonna say no, but knowing Elon, that's no guarantee. Now,
I believe those are Starlink transmitters and receivers, right?
I'm not sure. I believe that's actually that antenna was purchased secondhand. I'm not sure the specifics on that, but I'm pretty sure they bought that antenna secondhand.
There's actually a second one too. It's just not in this frame.
Okay.
Which I think that I don't know. Yeah, I don't have any shots wide enough to see both of them, but.
Okay.
But yeah, there was two antennas like right next to each other.
The low bay, the high bay. All right. What are all these vehicles?
Look, you can see the NASA thing just popping up.
Yep, right there's the top for everyone on the stream. There's the top of the mock-up that was painted for the lunar Starship. The high bay, it's getting filled. They are moving at such a fast pace. This is amazing to see. Oh, and we're getting your settings too.
Oh no! I'm pretty sure I was on I was actually literally just on either program or aperture priority varying.
F56, 1/4000th of a second.
Oh no, I gotta go faster. You can't see it. Oh, it was kind of annoying that they got the fancy sign, but part of it's bare.
Oh no. We'll be right back. All right, and Kyle will be with us again shortly with his live feed. Don't worry. We will have some very brief interruptions from time to time. All right. Thank you for sticking in as we work to get the feedback.
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello to Karim. I might be pronouncing that wrong. I'm sorry. Welcome to the stream. Right now, we're looking through some of the photos that Kyle got around Boca Chica yesterday, and we'll go back to his live feed of Starship very soon.
Yeah. You can even see where I focus these shots.
Yep, we're getting a lot of info that isn't necessarily shared with those photos when they are posted on Twitter.
There's both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, so there are two. Which I can't tell if they're very slightly different or if they're at slightly different angles. Like the one might be at like a 45-degree angle to the other one.
Yeah, I can't tell.
I got the fire truck. Here we go. There's the pretty NASA one.
Oh, that's a great shot.
We got the worm. Nothing annoys me about the shot I didn't realize is there's a shadow in it.
Yep.
Which is that 5 or 6? I forget which one is that one is.
Yeah, so Karen, we don't actually have a specific time for the launch. We aren't given a ton of information. Right now, there seem to be one or two other people in the stream, but not active in the chat. Yeah, we don't have a time quite yet, so we're looking through Kyle's old photos to kill time, keep up something interesting as we wait for more information from SpaceX. Nice wide shot of the high bay right there, I believe.
The thing on the right, I think, are they building another higher bay?
Oh.
Because I think they might be for super heavy, the bottom part. Forget.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not too knowledgeable on Boca. I'm a lot more knowledgeable on the Port Canaveral side of things.
Oh yeah, any Port Canaveral questions, any Cape questions, we're set. We're still getting used to Boca.
I've been here less than 24
Hello,
hours.
welcome to the stream. Right now we're looking through Kyle's photos, and we will get back to a live feed of Starship soon, but there's not too much happening right now, so you're not missing anything. Yeah, so today with SN9, this will only be the second Starship to fly with a nose cone and with flaps to do that belly flop. So hopefully we'll get some. What are you zooming in on?
One of my cameras will automatically zoom out once you zoom all the way in. That's what I was trying to do.
Ah.
It didn't want to do it on this one. Also, I don't know what these are shots of. Oh.
Back to port.
Yeah, I don't like to clear my memory cards unless I know I have all backups of everything. So like I still have port on these cards. Okay.
Understandable.
Let's go back and see how it's getting on with the Starship.
Yeah, so they've moved the crane
and recording by accident.
And it looks like they've moved the lift farther away from Starship.
It's definitely a little bit noisier than this morning, or not noisy, but hazy.
Oh yeah, the heat's creating a lot of distortion.
You saw that shot I posted this morning. That was a crystal clear shot, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that was a great shot this morning. So, do I think SN9 will land safely? It's hard to say. it's still a toss up. I'd say I really want it to, and I'm gonna say that I am confident in SpaceX's ability to rapidly improve. And so I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna stay positive, but looking at everything, this is still a prototype. They're doing things that haven't been done before here, so it's still very possible that they will not. But hopefully, they've addressed the issues that have led to previous failures. And I'm gonna say my answer is yes. How about you, Kyle? Do you think?
I'd give it a third, like a third, or like 33% chance of surviving. Surviving as in landing in one piece.
Okay. Okay.
And probably another third of an odds of it getting back to the ground and then SN8ing.
You only give it a third chance. I mean, I guess that's a 2/3 chance of reaching at least where SN8 did.
I feel like for this stuff that's experimental, like we don't really have that much data. That's not too harsh to say that it has that amount of odds. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get it. It's not. It's a prototype. This SpaceX is in testing. Most companies do not live stream this sort of stuff, but I'm very thankful that SpaceX does.
Well, I mean, even if they didn't, we're using our own feed right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab some litter.
Awesome. That's one great thing about all the people being in Texas for space stuff. They're going and cleaning up all the litter around there, whether it is trash like fishing line and whatnot. There's just a lot of trash, and it's on a wildlife refuge. So there have been multiple different organized cleanup events done by the rocket followers out there. So I think that's just amazing.
Bad news: the trash outran me.
The trash outran you. Oh no.
Yeah, it may be in the ocean now.
Oh, well.
It was a plastic bag. It went like right in front of my car, and like I almost got to it, and then it just was going too fast. I didn't want to full out sprint, and it was going towards the water, so I couldn't have. Even though I ran, I probably would have made it.
Well, we're all doing what we can, so.
Yeah, there's a trash can right next to my car, which has been very convenient. Normally, I just keep all the trash in my car, but trash can. Been a lot of snack eating en route.
I bet. All right, I'm gonna up the gain on Kyle's audio just a bit. All right, Kyle, can you talk again for us?
Talking again. Hello?
Hello, hello.
No. I could also lean farther into the car. I also get a seat if I wanted to now I think about it, instead of just constantly leaning into the car.
Enjoy a bit of a break
like
while you
10 feet
can.
away from me. Oh, never mind. I cannot get a seat. I don't feel like moving the tripod, and the tripod is in the way of opening my car door right now. Because in order to access the laptop while sitting, I'd have to open my passenger door. But there's a tripod in the way, so I'm not going to bother with that. I'll just keep leaning. I think someone caught a fish somewhere. I think I heard cheering.
Nice. Yes. It's worth noting that before SpaceX moved to Boca Chica, it was a very, very small area, and there was a lot of fishing and
not as small as I was expecting.
Well, you're on
the island they're on is completely empty.
Yeah.
But like South Padre, like where I am at right now, is I'd say a medium-sized beach town.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's smaller than the Space Coast, but it's not by much.
Okay. So like there were people here who were fishing constantly, like that's what they do. And now SpaceX is coming in and they're having to deal with stuff they didn't have to when they're blocking off the water, they're blocking off the airspace, and so it's understandably a bit frustrating for some of those residents. And so that's part of why it will be nice once SpaceX is able to get those refurbished oil rigs and start launching rockets out in the middle of the ocean or in the middle of the Gulf rather than interrupting right at the inlets there. All right.
With the wind, there's so much drift in the camera shot. Like the wind will blow enough to like push it down, and then the wind will stop blowing and it'll just move back up.
Yeah.
Some of the plants you can see in the foreground that are
Um,
fairly sharp
hey,
before the
Kyle.
distortion look funny.
So
Yeah.
I hate to be a bearer of bad news, but at Space TFRs just tweeted that the TFR for today from surface to space has been withdrawn.
That is rude.
Um, huh. That's so
That's rude.
nothing set in stone yet. Let's not get too worried, but yeah, I just saw that they tweeted that 3 minutes ago. My upload is dropping frames for some reason, and I'm not sure why, so I will have to look into that. Let's see. All right, Kyle, your feed is network bandwidth is low, and so I'm getting a very low res copy right now.
Yeah. Oh wait, I should move my phone so it's not into the car. That might help. The metal car.
Yep.
Because you started talking about Twitter, so I pulled out Twitter. There we go. The phone is back on top of the glass roof, so it can see the phone and see the sky. That should help a little bit.
Well,
I mean, at worst, this gives me a good time to take pictures of Deimos.
yeah, it while not ideal, it'll give you extra time.
It also means I have to stop being lazy and have to actually charge my camera batteries.
Yes, charging camera batteries is important. Now we got a bit of a stronger feedback. Okay.
Yeah, like I said, I put the phone back on the glass roof, or not on the glass roof, but on the back window of my car instead of.
Yeah, I have your feed pinned up, and so it's filling the whole screen, and it shrunk to like a quarter the size of the screen and gave me a bandwidth warning for you. Well, if that TFR is accurate, that will that'll mean nothing. Oh my gosh. So for those who are not familiar with the Twitter account at News from Orbit, they are a parody account. They just tweeted, a new TFR will be imminently released to reflect FAA's approval for today's Starship SN9 flight, a source tells the Orbit. So that says right there, they are not very confident in any flight today.
It's once again mirrors Cape Canaveral when things are almost always canceled and people don't know yet. People are still setting up chairs.
Yep. No surprise there. People on Twitter are all saying it's not looking likely, but we want to give it a little bit more time because stranger things have happened.
Ideally, we get a tweet from either Elon or SpaceX that says it does not happen.
Hopefully, but who knows?
Elon, share the information.
Yeah, we can see the main building on one side of the truck, and then we can see the launch. Yeah. You know, spaceship right there. Right. On the other side. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
This will also mean I get to get photos of Starship up before it launches.
Oh, yeah. It's back. Okay, so it looks like the TFR disappeared and is back. Hello, welcome to the stream. So we are currently dealing with canceled and reappearing TFRs. So we don't know quite what's happening today because the flight restriction that would allow them to fly it disappeared, but it looks like about 5 minutes later it reappeared. So we are waiting to figure out exactly what's happening. Yep. As of now, it looks like we might still be on because that TFR is back. Apparently.
Good rocket. Good government.
This is confusing. Because I'm still seeing reports actively saying both that it is gone and that it is back. But apparently now people are saying no earlier than Friday for the launch. But we still have nothing
Friday
official.
Is tomorrow.
Friday is tomorrow, yes. I'm pulling up SpaceX's website on the side just to see if they updated. I doubt they did, but if they updated anything on there.
Yeah, I've seen it golfing a few times.
Nothing yet.
Hoboken last year, I think.
Oh. Kyle? Looks like Kyle's feed is frozen right now, but we are still monitoring what's going on. And you're back.
Yeah, not sure what that's about. Maybe it's that I was on Twitter. Twitter decided they want to take all the bandwidth up.
That's quite possible. Oh my.
Make sure the right people reflect.
My one camera was set up with an intervalometer dangling from it, and the wind blew it around, and the intervalometer just tiny bit slid out of the cord. So I was like, why is there a shutter going off?
I thought I heard
behind
that
me?
shutter going off.
I thought someone else in the DSLR showed up like literally right behind me, and I was like so confused.
They're right by that.
I am getting a lot more sound from the people around you right now, by the way.
They're talking a lot. That's why.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I just wanted to give you a heads up. All right.
So now latest is just $12. Who knows? Good to see you.
We'll talk to you later. You too.
Easy rocket.
Still following Twitter. Nothing very news happening.
I like it better at the press site when everyone just starts yelling "scrub" when a scrub happens.
Yeah. All right. So Michael Baylor tweeted Starship teams to continue to work on pad clear operations. Perhaps we will see a wet dress rehearsal to demonstrate flight readiness if the test flight is in fact canceled. So we still don't know for sure if it's actually canceled. But also, even if it is canceled, they might go through every bit of operations except for actually flying it.
Yeah, but with road closures, we're not gonna be able to see much of those really,
Yeah.
because we'll be able to see some venting, but I don't think we'll be able to see much more than that with this haze.
And apparently there's a new TFR for tomorrow, according to TJ Cooney. Yep. I'm seeing the new TFR for tomorrow now. And that's not actually, that's saying it was issued the 26th. So doesn't look like a new TFR necessarily. We're figuring out stuff on stream as it's happening, so I'll be talking out loud as things take place, and anything that I say, it's all what we think is the case, but we aren't sure. Hey, I'm turning down your audio because we've got a ton of noise.
Okay.
Actually, all right. Okay. So apparently that's the same. It's the same TFR, and it was updated to tomorrow from today. So that's why it shows that it was issued earlier. So that makes a lot more sense.
Be a good green silo and fly.
What was that? You were cutting out there.
Be a good grain silo and fly.
All right, now all signs at this point are pointing to nothing happening today other than a possible wet dress rehearsal. And that would mean flight would be tomorrow, and after that, from what I saw, the 31st would be the next opportunity after tomorrow. How's the attitude out there, Kyle?
No one knows.
No one knows. Oh no, that's heartbreaking.
I'm pretty sure no one knows. Or at least people immediately around me, I'm pretty sure, are unaware that it's potential to cancel.
Yeah, that is not ideal. Now at close to 12:20, we'll have to restart the Zoom once again, just so you're aware. But
You're confused. I was confused for a second because it's not 12:20 here.
oh yeah, at 11:20 Central Time, 12:20 Eastern Time ish, we'll have to restart that Zoom.
When I know it's coming from someone in Eastern Time, the confusion comes when I ask Google for stuff and it doesn't tell me what times and it answers it.
Yeah, that would definitely get annoying. So thank you to the people tuning in right now. We're still waiting as we slowly get more information, but it doesn't look like we are going to get a launch today. Most likely tomorrow, at most wet dress rehearsal. Yeah, when hop.
One thing I didn't think about is all my cameras are still in Eastern Time. As in, like, if I go to check times, I'm going to be confused.
Yep. What do you mean this happens an hour? I took this picture an hour in the future.
Called time travel.
I'm trying to keep up with everything happening on Twitter related to Starship right now, and meanwhile, I'm just seeing memes related to GameStop being a Fortune 500 company. Okay, superclusters pushing the SN9 launch window clock to tomorrow. It's looking pretty set in stone at this point. Or your bandwidth is low once again.
I once again brought my phone into the car. Now I'm not allowed to look at Twitter apparently.
No Twitter for you.
Maybe there'll be less haze tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if the heat's a
hello,
bit less,
boats.
if it happens earlier.
The boat just went through the frame. I mean, I can look right over it from my point of view, but I'm watching it on a laptop.
What?
I wonder where I can get some good churros in Boca. I bet Boca has good churros. I've heard great things about tacos here.
Actual tacos versus like Mexican tacos versus American tacos. Yes, tomorrow is definitely
Taco Bell?
better than the 31st if it launches. Tomorrow would be I would be happy enough with tomorrow for a launch window.
Yeah, especially since I only have the hotel for one other night, technically.
You can stay in your car, right? You can just hop down and camp out along the side of the road somewhere.
I already slept in the backseat on my way down a little bit. That was just like 6 hours though at rest stops. They technically didn't know overnight parking, but I only slept for like 4 hours at a few of them.
It's not overnight if you don't cross midnight.
Or if it's already after midnight.
Exactly.
Is that venting near the bottom?
I cannot tell on my feed.
I think that's new.
Yeah, Kyle, in the chat, we have someone saying you're practically in Mexico.
Yeah. You could tell based on the Walmart too. It looked like a Walmart and international grocery store crossed a little bit. So Walmart definitely stocks differently depending on where they're located.
Oh, camera went to sleep. It's your mother in the chat saying you're practically in Mexico.
Oh.
I did not know with just the letters, but yeah, tomorrow's definitely better than the 31st.
Oh yeah, I'm not watching the actual chat. I'm actually away to watch the chat to tell you that was my mom.
Yep, I'm the only one with that right now, so I've been trying to pass on what I can. And there is a possibility that Starlink itself is delayed with the drone ship being
Yeah, be a good
close
Starlink delay so I
or
can get
arrival
back in time
time.
for it. Don't make me missing a Space Coast launch for the first time in like 6 months.
Wow. Well, they're still. You have officially joined the Texas Tank Watchers now.
Yeah. That's a really weird shaped grain silo, if you ask me.
That's a weird grain silo for sure.
My car's idling, and when I lean my head on the frame of the window, I can feel it. I got a full tank of gas. I was right idle the car for the whole entire day. Oh, people are figuring it out.
All right. Well, I think we're getting close to the end of our Zoom time, and it's looking pretty certain that they aren't going today. So I think it's probably best to end the stream for now. If you're good with that, Kyle.
Yeah, we can
So-
always start live again if something interesting happens.
Absolutely. So we'll be ready to come live again, and of course we will be live when it happens. So thank you to everyone watching right now. I hope you at least enjoyed going through some of the pictures Kyle took, and we'll be back again when it actually takes flight. So thanks for watching, and farewell.
When hop.